to episode 739 of Hard Factor. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. It is Friday, July 30th, 2021. We got a lot of business news up first in the cup of coffee in the big time. Then Wes is going to take us around the world, maybe with a little stop in Florida too, a little Florida man action. And then we got voicemails and 5-star reviews with Pat. And Mark is at the Jersey Shore. So that's what's happening.
I'm at the Jersey Shore too, technically, because it's fucking flooding in front of my apartment.
Oh, really? You had to flee to the shore?
Oh, no, the shore came to me.
Oh, the shore came to you.
My balcony became the shore.
Oh, wow.
You should have seen it, man. It was flash. I guess you could call it a flash flood. It started raining for about an hour. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know my apartment building, I guess it's lower in terms of elevation. So I went down into the lobby. And one of the guys, like one of the big dicks who owns here, he goes, great building if you're a renter. And he kind of looks at me. And I was like, what do you want from me, man?
Wait, so he was shaming you for not having to deal with owning in a building with floods.
He was like trying to like put like some water absorbing material, some sandbags down. I was just shooting for my Instagram, so I understand maybe why he wasn't happy with me. But
did he want you to? He wanted you to help him.
Well, then okay, I didn't want to help, and then he said that, and I was like, well, fuck. Now I have to offer to help.
I don't know. That's even worse. I think if I was renting, I would be like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk past your.
Well, he pressured me into it, and there was nowhere to walk. Will you literally couldn't walk out the door because there was a 1.5 of 2 feet of water probably high. Up to the front door. So if you'd open the front door, all the water would have come in.
It's like the Philippines.
Yeah, it was like the Philippines. It was like The Shining with the blood, except water. So, but across the street's a hardware store, and I was like, after he kind of gave me that attitude, I pointed across the street, and I was like, I think that might be sand, because there was only like 5 bags of sand in the little foyer. So I think it might be sand. You want me? I should go across the street and get that. I bet we could borrow it from them. I know they're closed, but it's in their parking lot. And he goes, "No, it's fine, renter." He didn't say renter, but
he gave you the vibe.
He meant it.
Like, yep.
You're like, you bought here? Wow, that's crazy.
Fucking idiot.
That was stupid.
I can't wait to move out.
First floor, huh?
My lease is up.
Yeah.
Couple housekeeping items real quick. There are koozies now in the Hard Factor store. Hardfactor.com. Go there, get those. Some Fat Boy Summer koozies, some Tiz koozies. Wearing my Tiz shirt right now. I think it looks pretty slick.
If you're from Ohio, it's a cozy. We got cozies in the store right now.
Beer cozies. Yes. It's koozies everywhere
Hey,
else.
Piat. You got a beer cozy in the store?
Right. It's a koozie everywhere else, just so you know. But
yeah,
yes.
it is a koozie, yeah.
For those in the Midwest, Pat, is that where it is, the cozies?
I've only heard it in Ohio, in Toledo.
If you search cozy on the store, you won't find shit.
We're doing koozies with a K, but they are cozies as well. Also, go to patreon.com/hardfactor if you want the full Florida Man Friday episode for this week and so many other great podcasts, bonus podcasts that have built up in there since we started it at the beginning of the year. Really a great value right now.
And I'm going to say it so I do it because I've been meaning to do it, but haven't.
Yes.
Next week on Tuesday, I'm going to upload, enough time has passed. I'm going to upload my cut down of my experience in the Portland de-escalation training.
Oh, nice.
Where I attended as Stab Nelson.
Stab Nelson, yeah. For the.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I had a Zippo and a brick in my hand the whole time.
You're definitely going to want to watch that.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/hardfactor to get in on that.
Sorry about the delay. I felt bad because some of the old hippies in there were super nice. So I wanted some time to pass before I released it.
Makes sense, but it's still great. It's great content. Great content. Another good carrot on the stick there. Patreon.com/hardfactor.
Mm-hmm.
Green Room app by Spotify. Download it. The Wednesday at 5 p.m. shows are so fun. So that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, we'll be releasing one of those soon, maybe this weekend as a separate pod.
Yeah, so you could hear a sample, but trust us, get in there. Super fun.
Yeah.
Anything else, boys?
I think so.
All right, let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. First up, the holidays for July 30th. And it's Father-in-Law Day, everybody's favorite Healthcare Now Day. It's Medicare's birthday. We'll talk about that. International Day of Friendship. National Cheesecake Day. National Chicken and Waffles Day. National Get Gnarly Day. That's pretty gnarly, bro. National Support Public Education Day. National Talk in an Elevator Day. National Whistleblowers Appreciation Day. Paperback Book Day, Share a Hug Day, System Administrator Appreciation Day, World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, and World Snorkeling Day. Wow, powerhouse lineup. Honestly, I mean,
Cheesecake Day is fantastic.
Snorkeling, cheesecake. I mean, chicken and waffles. It's there's a lot going on there. Also, Whistleblower Appreciation, big day for Edward Snowden.
Yeah, but for the most part, you can't. Aren't whistleblowers anonymous for the most part?
Yeah, they're supposed to be. That's part of like the gig.
But they don't always get that way, and then it's sad because they get extradited and banned from the country.
But they should always. I don't think they should be anonymous because a lot of news sources will just claim that they have a fucking whistleblower, but they can't name it, and then they can say whatever the fuck they want.
You think they're faking the whistleblowers?
I think they have faked some whistleblowers.
Yes, I agree. Definitely been some fake whistleblowers.
Like what?
Also,
I don't
just
know. I can't think
anytime.
off the top of my head, but
anytime, like the Lusitania. Just think about this. They like faked a ship sinking. Didn't they like sink their own ships to?
Yeah.
Talking
get us
about
into,
post-internet, man. You bring up the Lusitania.
That's what I'm saying. I'll never forget the Lusitania. Clearly, the worst holiday on July 30th, Father-in-Law Day. Right? I mean, like, no offense, to father-in-laws, but like you're up against cheesecake, chicken and waffles, gnarly day, whistleblowers.
It's in
snorkeling.
1915. The Lusitania sunk.
Yeah, so it was World War I, right? Yeah, so it was like some kind of like trick.
Yeah, we sunk our own ship.
Sleight of hand. Yeah, the U.S. government's always doing crazy shit. You got to watch out. Today in history, July 30th, in 1921, Canadian scientists produced the world's first insulin for diabetics. Big news for diabetics. In 1930, Uruguay won the first ever World Cup. In 1945, the USS Indianapolis was sunk by Japan, but not until after it delivered the atomic bombs to be used shortly after. And in 1965, LBJ created Medicare and Medicaid. That's the reason it's like Medicare holiday or whatever. And in 1975, on July 30th, Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. So
Uruguay used to be if you go back and look at the stats of the World Cup, the Uruguay has they've a big fall from grace.
That's true. They came back recently though and
Did
made
they?
it pretty far. Yeah, they
haven't had any wins.
They had Forlan and Suarez like recently, and their team got really good again. But yeah, I mean they fell off for a long time.
It's like being early to a social media platform. Is Uruguay being dominant in soccer in the 1930s? If you think, because like they were just, there weren't a lot of other soccer teams back then.
I mean, it was still Central South America.
All of Europe, I would imagine, was still playing, right? So
Yeah, but the powerhouse of the United States did not enter the field until the 50s, I don't think.
I think we were actually better back then than we are now. Rugby and soccer, I believe, like back in the day. I don't know.
How's USA Rugby doing in the Olympics?
I think we're pretty good in sevens, which is, I believe, what's in the Olympics. So I think we're probably doing. But remember, I'm boycotting these Olympics because of the way they treated Sha'Carri. I think it's very wrong. So Team USA is still in third in the medal count, by the way. All right. Top trends in the news. I'm going to switch it up in the cup of coffee a little bit. Just going to get through this list of top trends and then going to do just a couple of the top stories at the end here. So big list of top trends, though. In Chicago, Lollapalooza is underway, requiring proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test at the gate. And it seems to be going like fine, besides just like a long line maybe to get in. But also the people at Lollapalooza will be the first to see Fred Durst's new look in person. Check that out, fellas.
Holy shit.
That's what Fred Durst is looking like. He's got he's fully gray, like white gray, and a handlebar mustache.
He looks like that fucking guy, the Pam Anderson, what's his name? The guy that's in hiding all the time. Pam Anderson was fucking him.
Julian Assange. He
Yeah.
does look a little
Yeah.
bit like Julian Assange, yeah, with like a Hulk Hogan mustache.
Yeah, looks like Assange.
He's got like newscaster hair.
Yeah. And like a pastel button up on. It's an interesting
That's a prison
transition.
shirt. Yeah, it looks like a prison shirt.
Transition for
Like
Fred.
a Vato shirt, right?
ASA.
Dude, Hulu, I didn't know this until today, is broadcasting select shows, stages from Lala.
Oh.
It's awesome. It's pretty cool.
I
Who's
know the
headlining?
Tyler the Creator, Foo Fighters,
I know.
Journey is playing.
That's cool. I know that
With
a
the
lot
Filipino guy?
I don't know. I think he like fizzled out. I think he flamed out. Could be Greg Raleigh. I don't know. Maybe they dialed up Greg Raleigh. I don't know.
Filipino guy fizzled out, huh?
they're hoping to not get dinged with the new mask rules because it's in Chicago and the stuff. We'll get to it later in the big stories. In Alaska, the largest earthquake in the last 50 years in the U.S. hit on Wednesday with an 8.2 magnitude. Luckily, it was far enough off the coast that it didn't cause any damage anywhere in the U.S., but still the biggest earthquake in the last 50 years.
No tsunamis, huh?
Nope, didn't cause any tsunamis.
That's good.
In Denver, the creators of South Park are trying to buy the infamous Casa Bonita Mexican restaurant. It shut down in April due to the pandemic, but Trey Parker and Matt Stone want to make it a landmark once again. Of course, you guys remember it's Cartman's favorite Mexican restaurant.
I'm fired up about this. I read that article in the Hollywood Reporter. I guess Casa Bonita used to be like a pretty impressive chain of Mexican food.
That's why it's in the show. That's why it's in South Park.
Right, but I think this is like one of the last Casa Bonitas remaining. But I don't know if it was Trey Parker or Matt Stone, but the quote was awesome. It was like something like, "Why? Yeah, why not? If I had dumb fuck you money, what would I do with it? This." Essentially, it was like, "Oh, that's awesome." Just being like,
well, they liked the restaurant like legitimately, and that's why it was like a character in the show basically, and it's shut down due to COVID. So
"Hey,
they want to bring it back. In basketball, the NBA draft went down on Thursday night, and Russell Westbrook, we're taping during the draft, so don't know what happened, but Russell Westbrook is probably headed to the Lakers. The Celtics are looking at Ricky Rubio. Tons of updates this morning for basketball fans if you want to Google the latest. Lots happening while we tape.
you guys see that Russell Westbrook meme where it was like Westbrook's got a triple double in his name because the double S, the double L, and the double O.
No, I didn't see them.
It's just a sick meme. Whoever thought of that?
I like the anagram of his name.
Well, yeah, his name is
triple
Russell
double.
Westbrook. RUSS first double, ELL second double, WESTBROO third double K, triple double in the name.
Wow, crazy. It was meant to be. In baseball, looks like Max Scherzer is headed to either the Padres or the Dodgers. It's like still up in the air, which is a huge move and also means the Nationals. I mean, it's sad for the Nationals. Amazingly, Amazon missed revenue goals for the second quarter and are lowering their revenue projections for the third quarter. Looks like the pandemic ending may actually be hurting them, and Jealous Jeff's space spending spree can't be helping either. Their stock dropped 6% after hours trading on Thursday. Snapchat crashed, and I didn't know that many people used it because it trended to Twitter #1 instantly over the NBA draft as soon as Snapchat crashed. So
I just deleted that from my phone like a few days ago. I kept getting notifications. I just haven't used it in forever. I used to use it for the stories sometimes because they have like funny little filters there, you know.
yeah, I know people. My wife still uses it all the time. It's got a shitload of users because they all flooded Twitter as soon as it crashed.
Well, I once had a whole relationship, the whole Snapchat relationship. Remember I told you guys that? Where we only communicated with like Snapchat, funny little whatever.
Sounds
it was
healthy.
Very strange. Yeah.
Did you meet in person?
Yeah, we met in person, but she was in another state. This is like a 1 month relationship, and the whole time while she was in another state, it was only Snapchat. That was the way she liked to communicate.
I mean, she had a boyfriend.
Yeah, she was definitely fucking someone on the
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. If
Someone
someone,
I found out later that she absolutely was because he called me because I was a side piece and apparently he was a side piece and he called me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, I saw a text. Blah." It was a whole fucking thing.
By the
I was
way-
like, please don't call me again, you psycho.
did you go on a trip to Romania with him, or did you build a bus with him and travel across the country like all these stories of these ladies that are finding out they're dating the same guy and they're like making lemons out of lemonade?
Shoulda.
No, if someone is only communicating with you via a social media platform, specifically Snapchat, it means that you are not the only one.
Yeah,
That's a good tip, Pat. The Robinhood IPO was an epic flop, which is awesome, on NASDAQ, with shares closing 8.4% lower than the initial offering price of $38 a share on the first day of trading. That's actually the worst IPO ever recorded for a company of that size, and Robinhood certainly deserves it. Finally, in the top trends, Lil Uzi Vert found out he's younger than he thought. After locating his birth certificate, he thought he was turning 27 this Saturday. Turns out he's actually turning 26. So
That's fucking awesome, man.
yeah, you get one extra year, right? That's pretty good for him.
Fucking
What a
awesome.
wild
Imagine if,
year.
imagine if that happened to an athlete, man.
Like-
It's literally worth millions of dollars if you're a pro athlete.
It's true.
What
More tread on the tires.
those fucking Robinhood guys are billionaires though. Vlad and what's his name?
I mean, they're still billionaires, but they're dickheads, and I'm glad that they have the record for the worst IPO of all time now. Like,
yeah, those guys fucked it up bad, man.
yeah.
I still can't get my money out of there. Somehow, I'm now getting hit with emails from them telling me to shore up my account for like $3, even though I'm holding like
Deficit, yeah, getting those too.
$2,000 worth of crypto in there or
I'm out
something.
of no, but they probably don't count it. They're so weird. Their rules are insane. I'm so glad I got out.
This is
of
the
that.
second time I'm now paying them like $4 so I can like
fucking hate that app.
God, pieces of shit, man.
I did. They do that to me too, Pat. It's fucking annoying.
Well, traders don't think they'll be successful. Of course, they thought that about Uber too, and I'm pretty sure Uber's doing fine.
Oh, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I was watching the women's softball match against Japan the other evening, and the woman pitching, I forget her name, real tall older lady for the U.S. She had this insane motion where she would like literally touch the ground as she was coming up to throw the underhand fastball. But it got me thinking because I really wanted to know how tall and how much these Japanese girls weighed. And it got me thinking, like, what sports tell you a player's weight?
Not baseball.
Not
usually. Well,
baseball.
yeah, usually it's just height. I feel like in baseball, right?
But even height, like, can we get height in there?
Yeah, we should be able to get height.
Baseball is usually, I think they give you height. I don't think there's no reason to give you weight, really.
Yeah, there's a great reason.
I mean, for the spectator.
Are they stocky, those Japanese girls?
No, I'm not even saying that. I just don't know how much women weigh. I don't know how, like...
Pat's trying to address these ladies.
No, it's nothing about that, bro. I want to know how much
What's
power...
she weigh? What's she weigh under
What do you
those?
think she weighs?
I want to know. Look, man, for a guy who weighs a lot different than you'd think that I weigh, right? It's kind of fucked up my whole apparatus of determining how much people weigh from eyeballing them, and I want to get a better sense of it. Especially,
Always overestimating other people.
I don't know. I also want to know, like, if I see like a really powerful little cleanup hitter on the Japanese softball team, I want to know what her, her power per pound
Light.
is.
Even their power hitters have to be pretty light. I'm assuming.
Pat, do you always win if you ever go to like one of the guy that like guesses your weight? Have you ever done that? And he
I
just
do
is
generally
way off?
win.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Yeah, he can't get you. Yeah,
he underguesses you, right?
Oh, he's
Yep,
underguessing
people
the
almost
shit out of
always
that.
think I weigh less than I do.
Well, it's because you're wearing those long pants.
yeah,
They
those
can't-
pants.
It's the
they
base,
can't-
yeah.
They can't see your base. Yeah. They can't see
like-
the totality of the base.
The sturdiest tripod you've ever seen. Overbuilt. I'm overbuilt down there.
Do you pull up a leg after he guesses and you go big mistake?
It's 3.5 hands to get around one thigh.
That's awesome. All right, let's move on to the top two stories, the cream of the crop, if you will. First of the two, Black Widow. You guys seen it? Scarlett Johansson, Marvel
Yep.
movie. Black Widow.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney over the streaming release of Black Widow on Disney Plus at the same time as the theatrical release on July 9th. Basically, the more Disney Plus rentals they sold as opposed to box office tickets, the better it was for Disney's stock, and the worse it was for Scarlett's contract incentives directly tied to box office sales. She claims to have lost roughly $50 million in incentives from the changes that they've made. Disney, of course, blames it all on COVID-19, saying that, you're a monster asking us to do this in theaters only, and says that she's already made $20 million. So, the world's dying. You've made $20 million, Scarlett. Please stop harassing us is basically their stance. But the Scarlett legal team calls bullshit on that. And I'd have to agree after reading some articles about it. It seems pretty clear that offering day one streaming is mostly aimed at converting new users to your streaming platform as opposed to traditional box office sales.
Oh, yeah.
So I
very
think she's
selfish.
got an axe to grind. With
So,
Disney.
okay. 2 words. Force majeure. Scarlett will lose this case. 100%.
Well, of course, because she's the little guy in the case.
Well, no, just because COVID is considered a force majeure action,
like an act of God, and they
Right.
can just claim it as like, well, COVID is unprecedented.
100%. So they had to do a day and date release, which means it's in theaters.
But Disney, but I think that's bullshit because like the Green Knight right now is out only in theaters, and that came out way later when there's more restrictions going on.
Well, look, there's a certain window that people were hitting. The Black Widow is a little bit late on that window. So there were some films that came like right in that fat window. They were just holding the lucky dates, essentially, like when the lockdown kind of eased up. But like, okay, so The Conjuring 3, for example, The Conjuring 3.
But Black Widow still did the biggest post-COVID day like box office sales.
Understood. So, and Disney's reasoning behind that was probably it's an insurance play, is what it is. It's like no one knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, but
Again,
you don't think they're also trying to push down like downloads and subscriptions of Disney?
Yeah,
Plus?
of course they're trying to do that. But
The biggest movie to come out during the pandemic, probably. I mean, they knew it was going to fucking sell no matter
to
what.
give you an idea to the counter to that, right? Like Warner Brothers dumped their slate on HBO Max, and they did not want to do that at all. They had to do that for day and date releases. Conjuring 3 has done 194 million worldwide, which is fucking insane for a lower tier third horror movie.
Yeah,
and that was day and date.
Yeah, but she it's done well, but studies have suggested that the box office sales would have been a lot higher had they not offered day and date, which is why she's suing, because she's saying, hey, I lost $50 million in incentives.
She's gonna lose.
Right, I agree, and I think that Disney, the big boys, kind of know that, but I also think that she does have somewhat of a point.
Yeah, they'll sell out of court
if you look into it. And finally, the other top story, as predicted earlier this week, masks are all the way back, all the way back. President Joe Biden announced on Thursday that he wants mostly everyone to go back to wearing full masks, even if vaccinated, and is asking that states offer $100 per person for people to get vaccinated who aren't vaccinated at this point. I watched it live on the White House feed on Twitter with just over 1,500 other people interested in what Biden had to say live. Real massive numbers for the White House social team on Twitter today, or on Thursday rather. But while nobody wanted to watch it live, the clips of Joe saying that all federal employees will be vaccinated or regularly tested on top of masks and social distancing, that the Delta variant is the reason even vaccinated people need to wear masks now. And he's also saying that that's not a flip-flop from May when he said vaccinated people don't need to wear masks, and that he's not ruling out further total lockdowns of businesses or vaccine mandates if he can do them legally. So those mentions and clips definitely got people's attention after the fact.
I don't think you can call people like updating COVID protocols a flip flop, though. I don't think that's a fair assessment. Like, because like it's a flip flop is usually like, hey, I'm running on forgiveness of student debt, but
right,
that's
but
not
like
possible.
but Pat, so the CDC announced like earlier in July that no masks would be required at schools, right? And then they announced like 2 weeks later that masks would be now required at all schools. And they're saying Delta variant. But that's because it is a flip flop.
Like but the reason was
circumstances changed
as soon as they started easing stuff out. All the people that hadn't got vaccinations were like, "I dodged it, didn't need to get it," and then they hit a wall essentially with vaccinations, just a fucking wall of everyone that got one is going to get one, and it wasn't enough people. And then the Delta variant came in.
It's mismanagement, essentially.
Yeah, they're also causing this shit by not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, exactly.
But whatever. They're saying it's no flip-flop. It's no mismanagement. We're perfect and do what we say. And also, again, not ruling out further total lockdowns or vaccine mandates if he can legally do them. Again, people are either very excited about it or very, very angry. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time.
You know what I keep thinking about is like, because I totally agree that overall, since day one, this has just been a shit show of terrible communication from our government, both Trump, both Biden. Everyone's just sucked. There hasn't been
denominator.
There hasn't been like
Dr.
one
Fauci.
steady. So how would you have done it though? Like, because I feel like even if you appoint Fauci, even if Fauci was perfect, I feel like whoever they appointed, even if they were perfect, they're still going to get eaten alive somehow. Like, what would have been a better way to like communicate exactly what's going on, how regularly? And how?
I mean, I just think that the fact that I think that the polarization of politics right now has made it impossible for anybody, because the fact that you have both parties wanting to rip each other's throats out every fucking day, 81 million versus 75 million. What was it? Whatever the final tally was of the Trump versus Biden votes. And they're all so polarized and want to fuck each other over at every turn. And, and the D's were trying to fuck over the current administration all of 2020. And then now the R's are trying to do the same in reverse. It's just the polarization makes it so that we can't come together and do anything as a country, I think. But
Yeah.
that's just my opinion on
We need like a national day of neighborly competition, like a sports day, like a field day. A national field day is what we need, where you can get on the
an alien invasion.
Right.
Yes, or an alien invasion. That's another
Field
option.
day, alien invasion, anything unifying.
Common ground.
would be great.
Yes.
Yeah,
Common
Some
ground.
common ground. Some common ground. And that's a cup of coffee in the big time, which was brought to you today by WordTune. Do you ever sit around and agonize over how a sentence should be written? Like you can press send on the email, but you just need to make sure that sentence doesn't make you sound stupid. I know.
Fuck it.
Yeah, usually that's what you end up saying, and then you sound stupid. I know I used to waste time doing that all the time until I got WordTune. There's no need to waste precious time agonizing over the perfect sentence. With WordTune, you can hit deadlines on time every time because it instantly provides options based on your original words that you can just help take your writing to the next level. Just get the extension on your web browser and you're off and running with the best AI-powered writing assistant I've ever used. It's really, really helpful. You just right-click kind of thing. Offers you a billion different options for what you're trying to say that are all way smarter than what you've put in there already. WordTune uses the most advanced language processing technology out there. No other writing tool does what WordTune can do. It's a total game changer. It's ideal for professional writers looking for an edge, managers aiming to make their point perfectly, or anyone who's writing who could use an occasional tune-up, which is basically everybody. It's extremely useful. WordTune works anywhere you're working online: Google Docs, Slack, Outlook Web, WhatsApp, and more. And our listeners can try WordTune for free at wordtune.com/hardfactor. Get help writing your emails, reports, presentations, resumes, blogs today. Go to wordtune.com/hardfactor. That's for free, and it's a great tool.
I agree, man. When you do the highlight feature, like even if you don't take the suggestions, just seeing like 10 suggestions of different ways to write it, you're like, perfect.
Yep.
Very helpful.
All right, got some more business to take care of. Guys, I don't know about your house, but around here, dinner time can be chaotic. Oftentimes, I find myself making terrible meal decisions based on the fact I don't have time to cook or make anything healthy. And guess what? Now my son's getting chubby, and his mom is giving me shit about it. It's not great. He's got the Shepherd love handles, poor little guy. But with Freshly, it's easy to feed your family healthy meals fast, so let their chefs take care of your meals a few nights a week and take the pressure off of you. Fast food does not have to be unhealthy food, and Freshly proves that.
Let me guess, the Freshly chefs are a little bit healthier than you.
Yeah, they're it's a little bit healthier than driving to the, Whataburger or Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Freshly offers chef-made, nutrient-packed, delicious meals delivered fresh to your door, no cooking required. Grocery shopping and cooking can be a pain, especially right now. I mean, it's going to be a real pain pretty soon, probably. And with Freshly, you don't have to. Your meals arrive cooked and fresh every week, so you can keep your fridge stocked and skip the trip to the store, which is going to be awesome. Ordering is easy. Visit Freshly.com and choose from over 30 delicious, satisfying, better-for-you meals like steak peppercorn, sausage baked penne, or their chicken pesto bowl. Absolutely delicious. Freshly can fit your lifestyle with a variety of plans and meals to pick that work for your dietary needs, preferences, tastes, and family size. So no matter how picky you are about your diet, Freshly's got you covered. And now our listeners can try Freshly for just $6.16 a meal. Stop searching the internet for healthy food near me every night and start living life freshly. They're always delivered fresh, never frozen. Right now, Freshly is offering our listeners $40 off first 2 orders when you go to freshly.com/hardfactor. Stop stressing about dinner. Go to freshly.com/hardfactor for $40 off your first 2 orders. That's freshly.com/hardfactor to get $40 off your first 2 orders.
Nice.
All right. It is time for the TikTok international moment. Today we're going to go to Japan for some Olympic fun. Then we're going to go to Canada for a tragic case of mistaken identity. And because it is Friday, we've gotten a few requests. We are going to do a Florida man story that we think might just go viral. So that's why we're doing it. First, let's go to Japan, where one Chinese Olympian, 24-year-old Chen Qingchen, is making a name for herself. Here she is on the badminton court, but it's not necessarily for her play. Though if I were betting, man, I bet she's pretty damn good. No, this enthusiastic badminton star has gone viral in her home country because she curses like a sailor on the court. Yeah. So on Tuesday's match between China and their mortal enemies, South Korea, Chen could be heard repeatedly yelling the Chinese word for fuck, which is chow. Okay?
Chow?
Watch out. Yeah, watch out.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch out.
That's awesome.
In Mandarin.
Curse word.
How much she weigh?
She probably, looking at her, let's take a look at her. I bet she's like 110.
They don't give the stats in badminton?
No, not in badminton.
That's 110.
I bet. Well, I can't see how tall she is.
You messing with me?
No,
That
I'm
could
not
be,
messing with you.
depending on height, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
We'll get
one- It's like a 14-year-old, right? At 110.
I mean, it's a norm. I mean,
They're short. Remember, Pat. They're short. Okay. She is. It's the phrase is "wachao," which means I fuck, and is pronounced like "watch out" without the T. So "wachao." She's what you might call a badminton electric factory, and here's a clip of her in action. Fuck. Fuck.
In. Look at that. This girl's the best.
I fuck.
Yeah. So you get the idea.
I mean, she fucks, bro.
She
Just
does.
based
Hard.
on all
Hard,
those
yeah.
clips, she seemed to, be fucking.
Yeah,
winning.
She fucks hard. So her and her teammate eventually dismantled the South Korean opponents and are now in the quarterfinals. Clips of her swearing, like one you saw, which would have been bleeped if not for the live broadcast of the Olympics, have been viewed over 100,000 times on Weibo. She's a national star. They love it.
I mean, this is giving China so much swag. The Wachao lady. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're also first in the medal count again. China is really they're on a streak right now.
Yeah, but I think that I think they've genetically engineered some of these folks. Let's be honest.
The Wachao lady? No. That's she's au natural. That's just a great human right there.
Not
who
in
loves to
badminton.
curse. Yeah.
Yeah. And according to the Badminton World Federation's Code of Conduct, players shall not use, quote, words commonly known and understood in any language to be profane or indecent and uttered clearly and loudly enough to be heard by the umpire or spectators, which clearly Chen
She's
is
like
doing.
the John McEnroe of badminton.
Oh, she's the worst. That's the most egregious cursing I've ever heard.
But but McEnroe cursed when he lost. This lady's cursing when she wins, which is very different.
Right.
I
So,
like it.
yeah, well, Pat actually said that. Chen commented on her notoriety saying, actually, I was giving myself encouragement for scoring. I didn't expect that my bad pronunciation probably caused misunderstanding for everyone. I'm getting nervous. Thank you for your support. I will adjust my pronunciation. So they're not really saying Vice is the article I read. It also that she didn't say what she meant to say instead of chow, but she 100% meant to say fuck. So
she's
just
saying I fuck all the time.
saying I fuck, yeah.
Screaming it at people.
I mean, who's a comparable athlete that's insane? Because that's the tactic she's.
Rodman.
Yeah, Robin was
He wasn't-
insane.
He wasn't really that like pumped up like that,
That's true. He was kind of chill.
I mean, it's a tactic. Like every time you score a point, screaming, "I fuck, I fuck!" Like
But anybody's volatile. This is like when remember that guy from Gonzaga, Tim A, and he would do the stupid mustache
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
every time he would get a fucking layup, and he did. I mean, it ended up burning him in the end.
Hate that
If
guy.
she doesn't get the gold, the I fuck girl is gonna people are gonna like Tim A, like that thing, like his mustache stroke. It made him so unlikable when
it
they
was
didn't win.
very sexually aggressive. To be honest, that mustache stroke was sexually. I knew he was thinking to himself, I need a thing. I got to stand out here. But someone should have been like, dude,
It's too much. It's too
I
much.
hated Timmy. Yeah. So anyway, to next we're gonna go to Quebec, Canada, where it's time to get a little dark, guys. As firefighters and police are in big trouble after a huge mistake they made when responding to a fire back on July 23rd. On that day, a call was made about a brush fire, and Danny McConnell, Sherbrooke's police chief, told the news at a press conference, quote, when they arrived, witnesses declared that someone had lit a silicone mannequin on fire. And after discussions between the two departments, it was agreed that the mannequin would be disposed of in the container at the Sherbrooke Police Service, which cannot be accessed by members of the public. So here's a picture of where that little dumpster back there. Then about 4 hours after the burned mannequin was dumped into the trash behind the police station, a man filed a missing persons report for his partner. Police then tracked the woman's cell phone signal to her car, which was parked, you guessed it, right near the fire. Yeah. So finally someone said, "You don't think," to which another officer said, "No, it couldn't be. Could it?" But it was. They rushed to the dumpster, and there was the mannequin, only it wasn't the mannequin. It was the extremely burnt body of the missing woman. Yeah.
Holy
They
shit.
threw away the dead woman's body like it was a mannequin.
how?
So Stefan Simoneau, the head of Sherbrooke's fire department, said of the incident, his team, they're obviously very distraught. People were overcome by certain emotions, so we have to manage the situation in order to stabilize our team psychologically, and that we've been doing that. Dr. Robert Nicholson, he's an anatomical pathologist, tried to explain how this could happen by telling the CBC News, quote, "If somebody is a burn victim and most of the water is gone from them, then there is nothing but the result of the burn. It doesn't look like a normal person, and it doesn't feel like a normal person. So it's just like 60% like of the weight is gone. Like it's just like a charred body that could look plasticky, I guess. So yeah,
Who's making that call, man?
I don't know. It's fucked up though.
So who murdered the lady?
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, we got to find out what the fuck happened to her, because this is the scene of the burn. It's like a little brush fire. Somebody set her on fire.
Yeah, someone put her there and then set the area. But okay, so there was that. I think I told you guys about this, like that true crime podcast I loved, Up and Vanished. They were in that podcast. It's like one of the classic podcasts of all time. They burn a body, right? And they talk about how burning the body took like days on days of like huge logs, massive amount of fuel going in there. The picture you put up is like looks like a brush fire. I don't know how you could get a body to that point where the firefighters are thinking it's a mannequin, unless it got there in a state that was.
There's some foul play going on, and I think they should probably start with the guy who called it the missing persons report.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know. Just saying, maybe
Definitely, that's where you got to start from. It's clearly somebody who's involved with reporting it to the police, right?
Yeah,
Because otherwise, like, what was the point
I don't know.
of like staging it like it was a mannequin being thrown away?
This does no. I think the firefighters rolled up and they were like, "Hey, put the brush fire out. The cause of it, some jokester lit a mannequin on fire."
Yeah, that's what people were telling them.
Right. So the firefighters, seeded the mannequin storyline to the public, so to speak.
Oh.
But dude, people try to burn bodies all the time, and this doesn't. I've never heard of this before. So,
Oh man, this detective's got his hands full. There's so many people that could be involved with it.
Yeah, he certainly does. Maybe we'll get a follow up, but they're looking pretty silly right about now. By the way, have you guys have seen the movie Mannequin, right?
Oh, great movie.
Amazing movie.
Michael J. Fox, yeah.
who's in that? Is that
It's not
Daryl
Michael J.
Hannah?
It's not Michael J. Fox.
Oh, it's not.
It's,
Who's the main?
No,
character?
it's like that dude from Weekend at Bernie's. I thought.
Oh, it's like a Michael J. Fox lookalike.
Yeah, it's not Michael J. Fox. I can't remember what he is. I don't. But it's fantastic movie.
Do you know the Canadian slang term hoser?
Yes.
Right, it means like an idiot or a fool. Man, you think like firefighters, Canadian firefighters, take that word back and like call themselves hosers, like sub hoser, because they are technically a hoser, with a hose, with an actual hose.
I don't know.
Think about it.
Remember when you said my joke earlier was a stretch? That one was a stretch.
Well, your joke was a fuck. That wasn't a joke, bro. That was more of a question.
Oh,
This
no.
guy, the actor.
But your joke was a stretch.
The actor
earlier.
and mannequin was Andrew McCarthy.
Andrew McCarthy, he was one of the Brat Packs.
Is he the guy in Weekend at Bernie's? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he the blood of a virgin?
James Spader was also in that movie. Crazy.
You know, Bernie.
Kim Cattrall was the chick, though. That's the main character.
In Mannequin?
Kim Cattrall, yeah, she
Yeah.
was the main girl. Yeah.
Wow.
Not Kim Cattrall. Yeah.
She was in Porky's, too.
Do yourself a favor. Watch Mannequin. It's fantastic.
I'll check it out.
They made a remake too. So don't watch. Make sure you don't watch the remake. Watch the '80s one.
It's about a mannequin that comes to life, right?
Correct. In a mall. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I knew I was thinking of the right movie. I was just not. I thought for some reason.
Yep, Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
Bernie
nice.
lives in Austin, man. Teaches acting class.
Really?
I saw him one time.
But he's really only good at acting dead though, Bernie.
Yeah, it sucks, bro. If that's like your main,
Yeah,
that's like
that's
that was his
only
career
gig. Right,
peak.
yeah, it was-
He's good at it. He nailed it. All right. So last one.
Physical acting is the name of his class. I'm a
Physical
physical acting specialist.
okay, that makes
Hey,
sense.
you gotta
know
ride
that.
it.
Yeah.
You gotta ride it if you're Bernie. We're gonna go to sunny Florida, and for our Patreon members, patreon.com/hardfactor. Sorry, this is a bit of a repeat from one of the stories over there we did, but we rarely do that, and you know that. But we think this one maybe have some potential to do well on TikTok. So thanks for your support.
We got to get it up on TikTok.
TikTok,
guys.
yeah, TikTok is very important, very important. So you guys know this story, but let's just pretend like you don't. I want you guys to meet extreme athlete Reza Baluchi. There he is. He's a lunatic. According to Wikipedia, he is an Iranian athlete and an activist living in the United States. Has several times attempted to travel long distances off the east coast of the United States in a self-propelled watercraft resembling a hamster ball, which he calls a hydropod or bubble. There's the picture once again. Pat, you described it pretty well on Patreon. You said it was like a what? Like a
It's like the spool, the gigantic wooden spool that they use to wrap like cabling on, where it's got like a fat circular end on either end, and then a
Like
skinnier cylindrical end.
Like a winch, the part that collects the wire.
Yeah, rustic craftspeople might turned it into a table.
yeah, or a yarn spool, just like a giant yarn spool, kind of like that. So yeah, this crazy son of a bitch has tried 2 or 3 times in the past to make it from Florida to Bermuda, despite his wife begging him over and over again not to try it for the first time or again. And each time he's been saved/stopped, depending on who you ask, by the Coast Guard. But it has not stopped Reza from fulfilling his dream. So, setting out from St. Augustine last Friday, Reza hopped in his Aqua hamster wheel and tried to make it all the way to New York City by going first to the Gulf Stream, which he said would help him propel him the 1,000 miles up the coast. Unfortunately, 22 miles into Reza's journey, navigation system crapped out. He didn't have a backup, so he aborted his mission and ended up washing ashore on Palm Coast Beach, which is where that's the picture. He just washed up ashore in this fucking giant contraption to the delight of beachgoers.
They were all so excited to see this moron coming in on the giant hamster wheel.
Oh, it's the best thing that happened to them all year.
It's like a cylindrical American Gladiator ball. It's welded steel.
You know what it's like? You know those circus acts where they're like the thing like spins around and they're in that thing and they're like doing like they're walking.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
that's
that.
yeah,
2 of
yeah.
those, and then 1 in the middle. But this thing looks fucking hefty, bro. Like this thing is like my base. It's overbuilt. It costs.
It's got to be very heavy because it's all metal. And then he's also affixed the entire he's put on the rings around the hamster wheel. On both sides, there's these professional buoys
Yeah.
that have been stuffed inside the fucking edges of this thing. And then it's got paddles. It's got
Well, he has
metal
to.
paddles so that his steps make it propel itself. It's the dumbest ship I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, it would take him probably 6 months to make it. If it,
No,
judging
you'd
just-
never make it.
Yeah, he'd
how
never
do you
make
even
it.
steer that thing?
No, you don't. He's never gonna make it. He likes getting in the news though.
He likes to play damsel in distress. He likes to get rescued.
Yes,
He likes to say, I'm going to do it. I swear to God, if you let me, I'm going to do it. Don't try to stop me.
Yeah. Here's some video from Reza, and I took out the sound on this one just so you guys can see. There he is, just floating around. Look at how slow he goes. It's going to take him, an hour to go a mile in this thing. And then last time he did this, he capsized on his way to Bermuda, and he had to be fucking rescued because he sent out an SOS. So they had to go in like with a helicopter or like the Coast Guard boat and save his ass, which is what they do every single time with Reza. He's just a pain in the Coast Guard's ass.
Right.
But
I think you get one, and then the second one you start getting the bill.
they should absolutely get him the bill. Yeah, it's a lot of fucking manpower to keep saving Reza's ass from his fucking hamster wheel.
How many times has he been rescued by? Just twice now?
Twice confirmed.
Okay.
This third time, he aborted it himself, but he has promised that he's going to make some modifications and get right back out there. So
Yeah, you got to present him with an ultimatum if you're the Coast Guard. You got to like hit him with like a reply on you got to heat check him somehow if you're the Coast Guard.
Yeah. I don't know
Because
how they're gonna
he's
do it.
posting on social media about what he's going to do. Somebody needs to be keeping tabs on Reza and
Mm-hmm.
then just hit him with a reply like, "Hey, if you maybe we don't come get you this time."
He's not listening to his wife. He's not going to listen to the fucking Coast Guard, man.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not
'Cause
listening to his wife.
He's going to call their bluff. He's going to be like, "I know you'll come get me. You can't let me die on your watch."
You saved me again. This is not what I wanted at all.
Yeah. He loves all these headlines.
Dude.
Every time he gets rescued. And
But
all
Reza,
the
you
videos he gets.
Reza, you only had 2 days of supplies here.
Yeah.
Oh, did I? I underpacked, I guess.
Look here, I get rescued again. Look, here they come with the helicopter.
Oh no, you can carry me.
Yeah, so they offered the fucking they were like, you can do this, but you have to have someone with you, a boat to follow you. And he's like, I don't want the boat. I want to be by
course not.
myself.
Yeah, he's like, no,
Nobody
no,
likes me. No one wants to follow me.
Yeah.
You do it.
I have to do it this way, guys. It has to be this way.
yeah.
And it's like,
Oh, did I accidentally text you what time and the location that I'm leaving from? Damn.
Yeah, he's all fucked up. So we'll keep an eye on him because Coast Guard sure as hell is.
what do you think he's like in his personal life?
I don't
Probably
wanna think
very
about it, man.
difficult to deal with.
He's crazy.
I mean,
I wanted to play you guys some sound, but I'm worried that YouTube was going to take it down.
The guy that asks too many questions in elementary school.
He's an eccentric foreigner to the max. That's just like the best way to describe him. So anyway, guys, that's the TikTok International moment. And summer is coming. Are you guys ready to unveil your beach bod? You are in luck.
No.
Our friends at Manscaped. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
but it's nicely shaved.
It is nicely shaved. Yeah, absolutely. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Complement your dad bod or six-pack with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, guys. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for hot guy / fat boy summer with 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com/hardfactor. I remember in college one time I was going to go out with this girl. She absolutely wanted to bang me, so I decided I was going to shave down there before the date. Guess what? Cut myself. Bad.
Mistake.
Spent the rest of the night being a little pussy, denying her advances so I could avoid giving the wrong impression about my sack, maybe give a little time to heal. She didn't like that. She never called me again. Crap razor cost me big time, but that won't happen with Manscaped. It's time to bundle up with Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0, Weed Whacker Ear and Nose Trimmer, which is by itself just a fabulous product, Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to keep it all together. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, new multifunction on and off, 4,000 LED light, so you can fucking literally shave your nuts in the dark, and it's waterproof. So no more dragging a cord into, how you used to shave your balls by like barely getting the razor above wherever you're shaving, maybe it's the toilet or whatever. Don't have to worry about that with this. Just wherever you want to shave. You can shave on your roof if you want to with this thing.
Man. I'm just excited to not have to be looking down at my toilet and then see just blood dripping in there and then say, I did it again.
Oh, yeah, with the
caught my sack
metal razors. Oof,
in this
clumsy.
rusty old electric
Never
razor
again.
my dad gave me.
never again.
It's like a fucking small mammal died in there. Seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations before heading outside. Use Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. All that good stuff. Then after trimming the lawn and whacking the weeds in the heat, give your beach balls a boost with Crop Reviver. So Get 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com/hardfactor. That's 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com/hardfactor. Escape the shrubs and weeds of summer and shine with Manscaped. You won't be disappointed, I promise.
You guys ever, think it's gonna like be a really good like? You ever try to shave your torso, your chest, and your stomach, and then you're thinking to
Never.
yourself, you haven't? Okay, well, what a lot of times what I thought when I would do it, I would say, man, this is gonna make me look jacked.
Yeah.
As soon as I get all this hair off, like I'm gonna look so much more jacked. It doesn't work. Like
Well, it does make your dick look jacked when you shave. So.
yeah, I mean for sure, but like your upper
You expose
body,
the base inches.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Oh, 100%. You got. Well, you got to keep your undercarriage trimmed. I mean, that's just the number one.
Well,
rule.
every guy's got 2 or 3 inches inside that
right.
you just gotta expose them. You just gotta trim the shrubs.
Yeah.
Trim the shrubs. Do some leg lifts maybe. And then but yeah, when you try, have you guys? It's a good confidence booster to like shave your torso because it'll give you like, oh, I'm a little bit more jacked for like a night or two.
I knew this was going to start happening once Will got this hot tub, man. Let's talk about bird dogs real quick, guys. If you don't know what bird dogs are, here's the deal. They're the perfect short for summer. It's like a swimsuit, but like also a short that you can wear to a dining establishment. And it has a silky soft inner lining that essentially take underwear out of the equation. When I was down at the Jersey Shore a couple weeks ago, I lived in my bird dogs. They have really dope colors and patterns. They have both classic, like they have like like an army green, which just look really good and cool. And there's also like a super, I'm a bright colors guy, super bright color, pink and blue one, like kind of looks like that logo on coffee cups from the 80s. Anyway, these things fuck. They dry quick. They're really airy. Bird Dogs stole Lululemon's designer, and now they're just doing it better. So if you're not wearing Bird Dogs this summer, what the fuck are you doing? Every guy needs a pair of Bird Dogs. Real quick, did Bird Dogs do it again, or did Bird Dogs do it again? Go to Bird Dogs, BIRDDOGS.com, and enter promo code FACTOR, and Bird Dogs will throw in a free whistle ball. I was throwing this around at the Jersey Shore as well, and I threw it, I want to say, 100 yards, which I thought was good. Yeah. And then the former producer of this show, VP of football operations, threw it further than me. It was really embarrassing. But it's a sick ball. Anyway, you can get one of those. It's a Nerf Vortex ball. Birddogs.com, enter promo code FACTOR, and bam, you get the whistle ball, you get the Bird Dogs, make it happen.
What do you think I'm wearing in that hot tub? Huh?
Your Bird Dogs.
Bird Dogs.
Yeah.
Damn right.
It's the type of short that just can dry off. And then, like, literally later in the day, you don't have to change to go out.
I can hit the hot tub 3-4 times in my Bird Dogs and get them dry in between.
You can get a couple pairs,
quick.
but honestly, you just, if you get one pair of Bird Dogs, it's going to be a staple in your wardrobe. Okay, voicemails and reviews, guys. So, if you're new to the show, here's the deal: Apple Podcasts, right, which most of you folks consume our podcast on. They have a little thing called editorial. Which is like when you get featured, right? Like new and noteworthy or best of the news, things like that. We've always kind of gotten shit on by Apple Podcasts, but we're fighting back. We've been fighting back.
We've gotten featured a couple times, but not nearly enough. Not nearly our due.
Yeah, well, it's tough when you're the bad boy of news. We're going to get there.
Thank you for cheating on it with us.
Thanks for cheating on it with us with the Hive. So anyway, reviews help that process. We're on the road to 4,000 reviews. Okay, 5-star reviews. That's the deal. If you give a 5-star review on Apple Podcast, we will read it on the show verbatim after Wes takes a look at it to make sure that you're not trying to slip in any sort of subtle racism.
I'm an expert on subtle racism. I know.
You can't. He can't get you. I promise. You can't get by him.
Get it past him.
He's like Patrick Waugh, but for racism. Anyway, if you give us a 5-star review, we'll read it verbatim. We're trying to get to 4,000. 5-star reviews. We're about to do an ad campaign to expand Hard Factor out to the world, and we thought, man, it'd be really cool to be like 4,000 5-star reviews. Problem is, guys, you did great this week, really well. We're at 3,999 reviews at the time of this taping. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there.
Came up
Next
one
week.
shy, huh? Well, yeah. We never stop, though. I think that's the hard factor. Like, we're not going to quit. So we're gonna get that 4,000. Just
Yeah, we're gonna get
That's
that.
5, yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to 50,000 followers on Instagram. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, give us a follow at Hard Factor News on Instagram. Also on TikTok, same handle at Hard Factor News. We're currently suspended until I think tomorrow because I don't know.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Dude, we get
TikTok.
suspended from TikTok like every other
They're
day.
heat checking us all the time on TikTok.
Okay.
They should heat check us, honestly. They fucking should heat check us.
Yeah. Well,
They're afraid of the growth. Let's start with reviews, guys. This one is from Sockhead, and the title is "This news program is clever, original, and..." it's too long of a title. Couldn't find it. But here's the review. I started listening to Hard Factor News before any of the other news shows, The Daily, NPR, Crooked Media, Barstool, etc. I listen to it in the morning because this show mentions the main headlines of the day, but dives into the below-the-fold news better than anyone else. Thank you. If you enjoy following the news, Hard Factor puts a nice spin on things. I don't agree with most of the hosts' opinions, but feel that this is a great place to actually see how, quote, normal / the politically obsessed feel about the day.
non-politically obsessed.
I'm sorry, yeah, the non-politically obsessed. My only criticism is the stories they cover are often from local newspapers. I wish they'd put some sort of emphasis on what those publications provide, HAGFD.
I had no idea. I read this review earlier. Also, it says funny at the end, and I had no idea what he meant at the end. It says original and funny, but I had what stories can often cover from local. I had no idea what he's talking about.
Okay,
I
so
think he's saying like we need to be given more big ups to the local news.
he could be talking about there's a serious problem in news media today, right? And one of the biggest problems is the local newspaper is dying. I assume this is what he's talking about, right? Regional newspapers, local newspapers are some of the most trusted. There are literally news deserts in this country where there isn't a local newspaper, essentially, like more so the news stations, but like they get bought by a bigger conglomerate. And you know, when like John Oliver or like some of the late night shows will they'll do a clip compilation of 40 newscasters saying the same headline in the exact same way.
Right.
It's because it's from one top dog, send it on down the line.
And it's tough too, right? Yeah, it's tough too right now because like it's very dog eat dog, right? I guess in the like news media space.
Local news is really, really important. Like the Cincinnati Enquirer is a great example of a local newspaper that crushes.
There's gems like the guy that like the guy we talked to, the guy that covered the fence
in Detroit,
the poo fence. Yeah.
Yep. Detroit Free Press is great. Tampa Bay Times is great.
Okay. I get it now. I'm an idiot.
Sacramento
I'm sorry.
Bee.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Big Anal. 5 stars. Pat's not all that bad. Thanks. Must be pretty good if I'm going to take the time to write a review. Cool.
Thanks, Big Anal.
Good review. Okay, next one. From Cincy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good morning. Started seeing Pat on my Instagram feed from being Kate's baby daddy, and I remember thinking, this guy looks like a fat, cracked out version of Kid Rock, and there is no way that he could put a sentence together. Surprisingly, he actually can have a decent take every now and then, but started listening to the pod every morning and laugh the whole time. I even go back and listen to the old ones just for the laughs. Keep it up, boys.
Hell yeah, Cincy.
Love that.
Hey man, whatever brings him in. I'll be fat Kid Rock. I'll be fat Guy Fieri or thin Guy Fieri, but still early Guy. You know what I mean? Okay, next one. Road to 4K. This is from AGSAJ. Sup, fellas? Just Sandy 307 using the lady's phone for a 5-star.
Yeah.
Shout out HAGFD. Love that shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, your work was really good, but I mean, we just came up one short. So
Yep, that's
everybody
okay.
else, you let us down. But okay.
Let's focus on the positive here. Milkshake 42710. Oh yeah, love the show. Been listening from the beginning. Just recently popped the clutch on Patreon. Loving all the extra content and the Discord. Keep it up, dudes. I tell as many people as possible about you guys.
Oh yeah, milkshake.
Yeah, what Milkshake 42710 is referencing is our Patreon. If you haven't checked it out, it's patreon.com/hardfactor. There are 3 tiers. They're paid subscription tiers. You get extra content. There's a Florida Man Friday show. That's the lowest tier. It's Pop the Clutch tier, which gets you Florida Man Friday plus access to another show called The Hive Hour and Discord access, right? But not full Discord access, which is
all the tiers
Send in
have
the
at
Car.
least some Discord access.
Yeah.
And then Send in the Car has both weekly podcasts, full Discord access with a few extra like gambling threads and stuff where we actually have pretty good picks going off once in a while, and you get the monthly trivia as well.
Yeah. And the Discord essentially is like it's a really well put together chat app if you haven't messed with it before. So essentially it's like our whole community is in there with different threads. So like like Wes was sharing a picture of his dog last night. Some other folks were getting in talking about their dogs. There's a weed thread, there's a beer thread, there's a movies thread.
I bet Milkshake 42710, he's liking that weed thread.
There's a news thread, even though that we did a shitty job of kind of like hammering home this last fatathon. There's a fatathon thread, which is really just turned into like bros motivating bros to keep up weight loss and
people helping people.
Yeah, people helping people. John Bastow. Okay. Next one. Did I get the one? Okay. Next one is from Sir Max 02. 5 Bombaclat stars.
Nice, Jamaica.
And there's a Jamaican flag next to it. Big up to the Hard Factor boys. Been listening for a while, and they kill it every single show. I work the third shift at an aerospace company. Hell yeah. Nice. And this show definitely keeps me going with all the laughs. Thanks, boys. And that's Duran from the Jers. Nice. Dude.
With Duran, huh?
Let's talk aerospace. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's funny how many I bet we have so many smart listeners at like there's the other guy that was helping with the vaccines. Like he was like and it was like a nighttime scientist. Mm-hmm. They probably like chuckle at how stupid we are.
Oh man, I like to think a lot. If our show, if a like an apocalypse hit, right? I would roll with our guys and gals over any other show's base because we have someone that could like both build the buildings and then inspect the buildings to make sure they were built properly. We'd have people that could cook the food. We'd have people that could farm the food, hunt the food. We'd have people. We got engineers. We got scientists, mathematicians, comedians.
Yeah, the guy that designed the hive Tiz is a med student.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's a beautiful art design, and then he's a genius on top of it.
Also, we got way too many lawyers, and that would be essentially functionless in the days after the. But great hangs.
Yeah, come on and join us.
Great drinkers.
Yeah, we're fun.
Okay, next one, guys. This is from Dixon Cider 6969. Sponsor me. Almost gave a 4-star because you guys still haven't sponsored me as a Division III athlete. Don't worry, the missed jumper highlights are in your DMs. Love the show though. HAGFD.
Okay, so he okay. I know who he is now because he there was he had a hashtag Fatboy Summer, and I hit him back with like hey, you need to get some fucking merch, and then he responded, yeah, maybe when you sponsor me, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So now
what sport does he play?
D3 basketball, right? So maybe we'll talk. He's big. He looks like a big dude. Let me see if I can pull him up.
I mean, we did. Some shirts. We're buying pizzas for elementary school students. We will absolutely sponsor college kids. Figure out what you need. We'll take care of you.
Let us know. Well, Wes, let's continue that conversation.
Yeah, I will. Hit us
up.
Love
that. Okay, next one, guys. HPH Lewis 104. Friggin' love these guys. Found these guys from a friend's recommendation, and man, I really didn't know what to expect, but they're raw, real, and hilarious. My only regret is not finding the show earlier, but you got us now, so good to have you. This one's from Tables 27. Great show. Fantastic show. I've been a listener for almost 2 years now, and it's my first podcast of the day. Hell yeah. I drive for Amazon, so I have a lot of road time. Hell yeah. I do have one issue, however, with Pat. God damn it. I messaged him on my girlfriend's account to ask him a question about a documentary he mentioned on the show. He quickly replied with the information I wanted, but then followed my girl. Shake my head. Where's my follow, Pat? Well, okay. Tabes. How the hell am I supposed to know what your handle is? Why are you DMing me from your girls?
This dude has probably hit you up from his own, and you won't answer.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. Lol. He says lol.
Yeah, he does.
Lol. All seriousness, this is the best podcast to listen to Monday through Friday, HAGFD. Thanks, Tabes.
You want to get in touch with Pat, you need a hot chick on your picture.
I'll follow anyone. All right, next one, guys. Follow them all. This next one, Podman 420. Warning. Do not watch around significant others.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
The show has it all. Sexy anchors, exciting stories, and everything else you need to make yourself far too sweaty and uncomfortable around your significant other. My girlfriend sees me as I listen on as if I'm Phyllis from The Office listening to 50 Shades of Grey and get nervous I'm cheating on her. When she sees my phone and understands what I'm doing, she's far more confused and wishes I was just cheating on her. Pro tip, listen to while taking a cold shower. It will counteract the effects from these 4 gigolos.
Sexual tyrannosaurs.
Beautiful.
That's how I like to think about it.
Review.
Hell yeah. Next one is all expletives. Today, I stopped being a bum. Longtime listener that just never submitted a review. Hand up. Very bummy move by me. Better late than never. Absolutely all expletives. All right, guys. This next one is from Mets fan 4775. Champion podcast of the Common Man. Writing this review as I wait for a beer league softball game before mine to end. Only fitting one of the teams wears lime green jerseys with who else on the front but a huge Taz. Okay.
Damn.
All right. Is there any activity more suitable for Fat Boy Summer than beer league softball? Not really. There's some comparable ones, but nothing more suitable. Drink some beers. Athleticism not required. Effort level completely up to you. Hustle to first base or don't. No judgment zone. Discovered this podcast a little over a year ago, and not being able to finish an episode really puts a damper on the week. Have also successfully converted my brother to a daily listener. Hell yeah. And I'm constantly sending clips on IG to my friends about stories that will most likely be in the media the following couple days. Thank you for recognizing we're usually ahead of the trends. The title of the review says it all. Nothing makes me chuckle to myself like a moron in the car, quite like the Hard Factor boys. Whipping them up in a frenzy about Hunter Biden. Keep them coming. HAGFD. And to that I say, is Hunter really that bad of a guy?
God.
Jesus.
All right, next one, guys. WSB Ben. I learned something today. Went to give you boys a 5-star review and saw Mark Borgie listed instead of Hard Factor Mark. This is not sitting well with me. I don't know why. Pat, get a haircut.
Why is Mark the only one with his last name?
I don't know.
On Apple Pods?
Yeah, little inside baseball there. Here's
How
the deal.
did that happen?
Apple Pod used to make, so when we started our show, obviously we were at Barstool Sports, right? So they had access to the like the main account to like change like the hosts' titles and photos and all that shit. And I don't know if it was actually difficult to do or Mikey Podcast was just lying, but he said that it was hard, right? It was like take forever. So we asked him to update the information for a while, and never happened. Then we moved our show, moving an RSS feed's like complicated for some reason. We finally got access to our own Apple to change it for whatever reason. Mark is Mark Borgie and not Hard Factor Mark. I don't know why, but it will change soon. Maybe not. I don't know. Last one, guys. Zig. Yeah, something like that. Pat Ziegler. Okay. Is it more or doesn't Pat always sound like he's hammered or about to puke? I think he meant to say, is it me? I don't know. I don't think I do. I'm almost never hammered.
Way? I can see the queasiness, maybe. Like your stomach, like you've just eaten something that doesn't agree with you sometimes.
Hey, it could be. I'll look into it. All right, guys, let's get into the voicemails. So here's the deal with voicemails if you're new to the show. 512-470-14. Is it 1480?
512-270-1480.
510-270-1480.
512-270-1480.
Okay. Yeah, leave us a voicemail. Questions are encouraged, please. Topics of conversation, but commentary is great too. So this first one, guys, is from Ben in the truck. Here we go, Ben.
Hey guys, Ben in the truck. Just finished the show on Friday, July 23rd. I'm pretty sure you said today is it hot enough for you day, whatever stupid shit that was. I just want to send a PSA to all the people in the world who don't drive a truck or deliver shit for a living. So when somebody comes in to deliver your package and you say, "Oh, is it hot enough for you out there?" The answer is always fucking yes. So stop asking. Don't tell me to stay dry. Don't ask me if it's hot. Don't ask me if it's cold in the wintertime. Just shut the fuck up and take your package. All right, boys. Have a great fucking weekend.
That's what I'm talking about, Ben. I got a couple points on this. I can tell that my USPS employee that services my house does not appreciate how much I like to try to talk. They're just always trying to get the fuck away from me, and I get it now that Ben talks about it. Also, Ben, you'd be proud of me. On Monday when the hot tub came, I did nothing but help the guy move it to its spot, and then a $30 tip. So
Shout out. Yes.
I feel like
stay
that was
dry
pretty good.
is an offensive one. That either if it's because it's raining or if it's just really hot and you're sweaty.
It's the rain, yeah. It's like, hey, idiot, make sure you don't get wet out there.
Stay dry out there.
Make sure you dodge all that rain out
you
there,
guys find
idiot.
that, yeah.
No, I don't think it's offensive. I say it. I'll mutter some stupid shit
To
like that.
a delivery man, now I'm thinking it is. Now I've heard that voice.
I just try to say, like, would you like a beverage?
Yeah.
Do you need a hand?
Yeah.
Ben in the truck. All right, next one, guys. Low Life Louie. Here we go. And we're gonna play something here from one of our Patreon shows that Louie started playing into his phone. There's a clip that he liked a lot, but then I actually cut in the actual clip so it doesn't sound like trash.
Thank you.
But yeah, so this is from a Florida Man Friday. If you're curious where the show is, it's on our Patreon. Here we go.
What's up, boys? This is Low Life Louie. Y'all, I don't know when Wes became the funniest guy on the team, but the Florida Man Friday had me dying. I want to just kind of play this, which is my all-time funniest clip real quick. You don't have to play this if you don't want to on the show.
Okay, so real quick, I'm going to give some context. This is a prank call, but between Wes and a teenage boy at a mini golf situation. And this mini golf situation down in Florida has gators on their property. And there was a story about a man who took a gator and like fucked it up. And then the story said they returned the gator to this mini golf place. We're like, what are you talking about? Do they live there? We looked it up. They do live there. So Wes is calling. After that happened in the news.
Hey, Robert, I got a big problem. I'm over here at 124 Sunrise Boulevard. I believe one of y'all's gators escaped. It's in my backyard. I need one of y'all to come over here and get this thing. I'm positive it's from your damn putt-putt course over there.
Where is it?
It's at 124 Sunrise Boulevard. He's staring at me. He's looking at me right in the eye.
That's not ours.
Have you? When was the last time you counted all your damn gators, Robert?
All of ours are here.
It's staring at me in the eyes.
Have you? When was the last time you counted all your damn gators, Robert?
All of ours are here because they're in an enclosure and they can't get out.
They is that what you think? They just can't escape? Didn't y'all just have one of these things escape and some guy threw it on a roof?
You want to call my corporate office?
I absolutely do, Robert. Give me that damn number. Robert? What's your last name? I want to. Nobody over there seems to be able to count because I got a gator sitting here and it looks just like one that.
I do not have to disclose my last name to you.
I bet I can guess it. Probably dumbass.
You really want to call? You really want? What's your last name?
My name is Sir, as far as you're concerned. Get this goddamn gator out of here. I got small dogs running around over here.
Sir, if you have a problem, call the police. Have a great day.
Poor Robert.
I feel bad for poor Robert. He's probably putting in his 2 weeks notice now. But I did want to ask, what do you think would be maybe like the best way to quit a job that you hate? Hope whoever is listening to this is already a Patreon member, and if you don't, y'all are missing out. Have a great fucking day, guys.
That's great.
Thanks, Louie.
That's a great prank call.
Best way to quit a job. Is that what you wanted to know?
A job you hate? Yeah. So Louis asked, what's the best way to quit a job that you hate?
That you
Stop
don't
showing up.
Yeah, putting them in a lurch. Definitely putting them in a lurch. If you really hate it and if if you've been there a while, you've probably worked yourself into a very a position that they really need you. And so if you really hate it and you really want to fuck them over, leave them in a lurch. Just leave. Yeah, like Wes said, just stop showing up because that's gonna hurt them the most.
And the best time to do that, honestly, is say maybe you've requested off work because you really want to do something and they said no, or something arises that you really want to do. Like, don't do it if it's not a good reason. But like, if you quit, if you like, say someone's like going like a floating down the river trip and you got to work and you just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna float down the river. That's the day to do it. You just don't show up and you go do something amazing instead. That's the way to do it.
And then post the pictures online too.
Yeah, that'll show them.
That'll show them.
That'll show them. Okay.
They're like, no, because like it does show them because like everybody sitting at the office is like, can you fucking believe this? They're posting the fucking pictures. Can you believe this? Like they're like double working and like you fucked them over so hard in that situation.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Next one, guys. This is Colin from California. Here we go. Colin from California.
I call from California. Sorry, trying to regain my composure. I just spit my energy drink out my nose. It made me crack up. But yeah, those guys are fucking lying though, bro. Like as a guy, I'm 28 right now. I probably jerk off probably about 3 times a day. Like depends on the day, but yeah. Like everyone fucking jerks it, and especially these fucking girls now, man. Like these girls, beat them. Shit on the internet and stuff. These girls got these crazy ass toys now. So I'm just saying that's bullshit. I agree with you guys. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, so Colin was talking about the story we covered earlier this week.
I think it was last Friday, but yeah, it was
Monday, I think.
It was Monday. It was about the people who don't. They say they don't jack off. They say people don't jack off anymore. Mm-hmm. Basically. Yeah. They're saying that like the average person jacks off like once a month.
They're saying 20% of men like our age say that they don't even jerk off. 20%.
Yeah, it's a total lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
total lie.
Yeah.
Absolute lie. So
with you, Colin.
Okay, guys, this next voicemail is from a longtime listener, first-time caller who has a question and a little bit of beef with us. And you're going to understand why this is hilarious, but I couldn't understand what his name was. I think it's Smoke a Tit from Indiana or Suck a Tit from Indiana. One of the two. But here we go.
Calling after this Friday's voicemail. I don't know if it's just me. I swear half the time I can't understand what the caller is saying. I don't know if it's an audio thing. I don't know if it's just voicemails in general, not technical audio. If y'all try to do something to figure it out, or at least start, repeating what they're saying, it help out a lot. Second thing, I've got some beef with you boys. I've been with y'all for a while, and back when you were first leaving Barstool, you said, "Oh, we'll still be the same podcast. Nothing's gonna change. We'll just be."
Okay, so I cut it off because it sounded like shit, and that's what was funny. Because Suck a Tit from Indiana,
he's most upset about the calls sounding.
The quality of the voicemails. Now that was the most atrocious voicemail quality I'd ever heard. He had his window down while he was driving in his car.
That seems like a troll.
It was.
Move.
I promise it wasn't a troll.
Okay, because I feel it seems like I'm gonna complain about shitty quality voicemails while leaving a shitty quality voicemail.
Let me
So what was his issues about changing?
I'll get into that in a second. Okay, Wes, what were you gonna say?
I've been mulling this idea over for a while, and I never maybe we can get some feedback on it. I've had the idea of just creating a separate email address for us, and that way people can just record a voice memo that they want to do on their phone and send us the voice message on their phone to this email address, like hardfactorvms.com or whatever.
Yeah.
That way the voicemails are always clear.
So we could do that. Look, no one on this show is perfect. There's no doubt about it. We all carry different weights. But some of my co-hosts, you'll notice when they're doing voicemails, because we rotate this, you'll hear a beep at the beginning of the voicemail. What that means is they've done no editing on the voicemail whatsoever. So they haven't gain staged it. They haven't turned it up louder. They haven't put a denoise filter on it, which should be done to almost all voicemails. They haven't put a hard limiter on it to make sure it's not. They just lazily do it. Okay. Sometimes they don't edit either the ums or the ohs to make the voicemail shorter. They just say whatever shit you say on the microphone into our voicemail. We're putting it on the air.
It's an open forum.
So it could be better, or we could set up an email address, whichever one makes total sense.
I think it would take that having a just
The email
clear
address sounded a lot easier. Honestly,
a lot easier.
Right there.
And it's just, you don't have to worry about cell phone reception, none of that bullshit. It's just a crystal clear, well prepared message.
So okay, yeah, we'll fix that. What's going on?
So the beef is this: Suck a Tit from Indiana, or Smoke a Tit from Indiana said that when we left Barstool, we made a statement that nothing would change about the show. Effectively, like this is the same show that you liked on Barstool. Now we're independent. However, we put Florida Man Friday behind a paywall. Right, our Patreon paywall, and then he said, that's how I got into your show. That was the only thing I was listening to.
Florida Man Friday.
Was Florida Man Friday. So, and then he's a broke college kid, so he doesn't have the cash to put up. Totally understandable. That makes sense. So, how do we answer that? Right.
Well, I think how we answer that is that we're actually providing more content now than we ever have before. So the shows are a little bit longer now in general than they have been in the past. We've added more the international section. We've added the cup of coffee and the big time at the top. We've also added these voicemails every Friday. Like we were just doing reviews, I think, for a while. Brought the voicemails back. So I think that we're trying to offer, a little bit of something for everybody. The daily pod actually gives you more content than you've ever gotten, but with the longer episodes. And then, you can also get for free on Wednesdays, you can get those green room shows. Those are my favorite, like quickly becoming some of the most fun, my favorite shows I'm having like every week. And then also, I get you can't afford it, but for as little as $5 a month, you could get an extra pod every Friday. So, we did change some things up, I think, after leaving Barstool, but that's part of, like Pat said, we have to pay the bills. We got to figure out how to get this, sort of like show structure right, so that we can, have careers, live our lives.
Yeah, but we're glad to have you, Secretary from Indiana. Full disclosure, we started doing 4 days a week, right? And then we added Florida Man Friday as a fun thing. Then we said, okay, if people depend on us for the news, we got to get 5 days of news a week, and then that lent Florida Man Friday to our Patreon, which is something we're trying out. It's working out great to build our community. But
that's why I did the Florida Man story today, though, because I know at the end of his message he was
exactly. He asked about that. Can I get a Florida Man story every day? And that's why Wes gave it to you, because that's what we do for the Heart of Hive.
That's right.
Final voicemail, gentlemen. Here we go.
It's Joe from California. What the fuck is going on? I'm just listening to Monday's episode here, trying to get some work done as I listen to you guys' awesome show as always. And I'm listening to the part where you guys are talking about the Tucker clip. And Pat, come on, man. If you truly believe that Tucker Carlson if he is on the line for death, why can't I think of the name of the word? If he can be not charged, but like if he has the blood on people's on his hands, whatever you want to call it, people have died because of him. You have to say that liberals and Democrats have done the same thing to Hispanic people, because for years, especially during Donald Trump's time, they were saying, oh, this is a land for everybody and every single person should come here and have an opportunity. You can't lock people up. And that word travels down to Central and South America. These people get on these caravans and travel upward, towards America. And most of the time, these people don't even make it. I mean, or like when they go and they mess with the cartels. The cartel, they say, I want to get to America. Cartel says, all right, let's go. And then when they get towards the border, they fucking call the family and then say, hey, you got to give us 10 grand or we're going to kill your daughter. That's because, obviously their situation is bad, but when they're constantly told and showed on TV that these people say, oh, this is for everybody, obviously it is for immigrants, legal immigrants, but, they give off the message that, it should be an open border. And I think it does go both ways. And come on, you're going to talk about Don Lemon doing the same thing? What about his boy, Chris Cuomo, whose brother, the also Democrat governor of New York, is a serial harasser also. And Chris Cuomo, who's an investigative journalist, somehow just never knew about this and never said anything about this. So come on, guys. I love it. You guys are going both ways. Shit's always great. I don't have a question, but I will give a point of action for all you free riders out there. Join the Patreon. I promise you, your life will get better. and that's a guarantee. All right, boys. Have a great fucking week. Let's get this shit.
Joe.
Nice.
Hell yeah, Joe. All right, yeah, a couple things there. First of all, not a Cuomo guy. I don't know that anyone is. That guy's a weirdo. And yeah, something totally weird going on over there. The border stuff, there's lots of discrepancies with what you said in terms of what the facts are, in my opinion. But look, here's the deal.
Oh, yeah, but guess what? Joe Biden, it's actually on the border. Right before we recorded, he authorized ICE to start deporting people seeking asylum again. So full on letting them in, but then he's going to hunt them down and kick them out
That
again.
is what you call a flip-flop.
There you go. That's a flip-flop. That was funny. Hey, look, here's the deal. It's not a liberal thing. It's not a conservative thing for me. It's a Tucker Carlson's a piece of shit thing. So let me leave it there. Yeah, he's just a piece of hot trash garbage who is raking in the cash by saying inflammatory shit.
There was some funny comments on the YouTube. I caught up on emails earlier today before we recorded, and they were saying, Pat, that they wanted to see a video. They would love to see you and Tucker debate live, which I think would be so electric.
Me too.
Oh man, I would love to debate Tucker, but you know what I would do instead?
But debate with and then they were like, how quickly would it devolve into a boxing match, which I think relatively fast.
Right, and that's okay. So if I had the opportunity to debate Tucker, or a window opened where I could befriend him and then lure him into a scenario
You like that more?
that would ruin his career, that is what I'm about. But either way, that guy's a piece of human garbage, and God will deal with him. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend.
Don't cut that, Eric. We don't need that on IG.
I mean, who wants to be that guy's friend? Nobody. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Is there anything else we need to talk about before the end of the show?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's been a great week, another great week here in the Hardo Hive.
Yes,
I enjoy the hell out of it every time. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. So tell someone about Hard Factor. We love you guys and gals in the Hive, and I did get a haircut, by the way.
It looks good.
And have a
really nice.
great fucking weekend.